Borage in a market stall. I remember the first time I saw those sky blue stars tucked between salad greens, and my heart just leapt. Imagine them on toast. Imagine the crunch, the color, the story. Today, flowers on our plates, but with rules and calm steps, so it stays a joyful experiment, not a worry. We'll make a sleep-friendly Calendula Stewed Night Porridge and a bright Nasturtium and Herb Salad with a quick Petal pickle. And we'll do safety first, so you can try this at home with confidence.
You heard the promise. Flavor, aroma, and a little bit of plant medicine, all at kitchen doses. Hello, everyone. I'm Fiona. With me is Samnang, and we're joined by Dr. Maya Ruiz, who knows delicious plants, and Dr. Erin Lee, who knows what to watch for. We'll ground the joy in sourcing rules and an on-air patch test so listeners can try Petals safely.
Thank you both. So glad to be here. Flowers bring volatile aromatics, subtle bitterness, and sometimes pigments that change texture and mouthfeel. Culinary species like calendula, nasturtium, pansy, chive blossom, and borage have long kitchen histories because their compounds give flavor and sometimes micronutrients, often small amounts of polyphenols and carotenoids. But it's important to keep expectations realistic. Flowers are flavor accents, not nutritional powerhouses.
That's reassuring. So it's about seasoning life, not replacing a salad. I love that phrasing, flowers as accents. Maya, can you give a quick note on which flowers are confidently culinary and why?
Sure. Culinary safe commonly used petals include calendula, petals only, removed from base, nasturtium, peppery leaves and flowers, pansy and viola, mild, colorful, borage, cucumber-like flavor, chive blossoms, oniony note, and nasturtium seeds, sometimes used like capers. The reason they're used is simple: historical culinary use plus absence of known toxic constituents at food doses. But sourcing matters. Florist blooms are often treated with pesticides or dyes, so always choose culinary certified or homegrown untreated flowers.
And from a nutrient perspective, petals add small amounts of antioxidants and pigments, useful for variety and enjoyment, but not a substitute for nutrient-dense whole foods. Also, bioavailability of any micronutrients from petals is limited. Think sensory and gentle support rather than megadoses.
Perfect. Okay, now the part that matters, safety. Dr. Erin, tell us the top things folks should watch for, especially folks with allergies or who are pregnant or cooking for kids.
First, the main risk is allergic reactions, including oral allergy syndrome, which can cause itching or tingling in the mouth and throat after tasting a new flower. People with tree or pollen allergies may be more susceptible. Second, contamination. Florist blooms and commercially grown cut flowers can be sprayed with pesticides or treated with dyes. Those are not for eating. Third, certain botanicals have contraindications in pregnancy or for immunocompromised people. Our practical guidance: always patch test. Start with a tiny cooked or pickled amount, avoid florist or market bouquet petals unless labeled culinary, and consult your clinician if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, immunocompromised, or cooking for infants.
Let's make the patch test concrete for listeners. Step 1. Pick a single petal from a trusted culinary source. Step 2. Place it on the inside of your forearm and leave it for 15 minutes to watch for skin irritation. Then, if skin is okay, place a tiny piece on your tongue, hold for 30 seconds, then spit it out, and wait 24 hours for any oral or systemic reaction. If you experience itching, lip swelling, breathing changes, or wheeze at any point, stop and seek care. Erin, anything to add there?
That's excellent. If you have a history of severe allergies or anaphylaxis, do not self-test new botanicals at home alone. Check with your allergist first. And document what you tested, the source, and the time. This is useful if you later consult a clinician.
Okay, safety set. Quick bridge. If you're following along in the kitchen, gather these tools: a small pot, a mug, a teaspoon, a grater, a fine sieve, a small jar for pickles, measuring spoons, and a few handfuls of clean, culinary-sourced petals. We'll read measures slowly before each demo. Demo A, Calendula Stewed Night Porridge. This is single serve, gentle, and designed for soothing before bed. I'll read each ingredient slowly so you can jot it down. Ingredients: 1/2 cup rolled oats, 1 cup water, 1 tablespoon dried calendula petals, or 2 tablespoons fresh petals loosely packed, 1 teaspoon grated fresh ginger, thumbnail-sized piece, 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon raw honey or maple syrup to taste, a pinch of salt, and optional splash of milk or plant milk, about 2 tablespoons, if you like it creamy.
A couple of quick notes while Samnang lines up steps. Nutritionally speaking, oats are a slow-release carbohydrate that supports steady blood sugar at night, and a little fat from milk will help satiety. The calendula is mostly a gentle floral note with some carotenoids. We keep the dose low and culinary.
One practical tip: if you're using fresh petals, remove any green base or stamen bits. They can be bitter. If you only have dried calendula, it's perfectly fine. Dried petals steep like tea and release color and aroma slowly into the porridge.
Step 1. Pour 1 cup of water into your small pot and heat to a gentle simmer, medium heat. Step 2. While water warms, measure 1/2 cup of rolled oats and set aside. Step 3. Once the water simmers, add the oats and lower heat to a gentle simmer. Stir once. Step 4. Add the grated teaspoon of fresh ginger and the 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon. Stir gently. Step 5. Add 1 tablespoon dried calendula petals now, or if using fresh petals, add them in the last 2 minutes to preserve aroma. Simmer everything for about 6 to 8 minutes, stirring occasionally until oats reach porridge texture. If it thickens too quickly, add a splash of water or 2 tablespoons of milk.
Tip during simmer: don't let it boil aggressively. A gentle simmer preserves volatile aromatics and keeps the porridge from getting gluey. If you're sensitive to ginger, use 1/2 teaspoon. And remember, this is single serve. If you want to make a batch, keep notes for the microtrial.
Step 6. After 6 to 8 minutes, remove from heat. If you used fresh petals, now stir them in and cover for a minute so aroma rises. Step 7. Pour into your mug through a small sieve if you prefer a smooth texture. Step 8. Sweeten with 1/2 teaspoon raw honey or maple syrup if desired. Stir and let it cool until warm to the lips. Drink it 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Notice warmth, aroma, and how your body settles.
Quick safety reminders for this demo. If you're pregnant or nursing, use the cooked version and discuss with your clinician before making this a nightly ritual. For young children, reduce the portion and skip honey for infants under 1 year. Use maple syrup if sweetening is needed. And if you tried the on-arm patch test and had any discomfort in the previous 24 hours, don't taste the porridge.
Lovely. While that porridge settles in minds and mugs, let's move to Demo B, the bright, quick Nasturtium and Herb Salad with a small petal pickle you can make in 10 minutes. Ingredient list read slowly. For the salad, 2 handfuls mixed greens, about 1 cup total. A small bunch of fresh nasturtium flowers and leaves, about 10 to 12 flowers and a handful of leaves. 1 tablespoon chopped fresh parsley, 1 tablespoon chopped chive blossoms or green onions, 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1/2 tablespoon lemon juice or apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper to taste. For the quick petal pickle, 1/4 cup white vinegar, 1/4 cup water, 1 teaspoon honey or sugar, a pinch of salt, and about 2 tablespoons of nasturtium petals.
Nasturtium is wonderful because both flowers and leaves are peppery. The leaves add body. For the pickling, the math is 1:1 vinegar to water for a quick, bright pickle. The petals will soften in acidity and pick up brightness. This is also a safer way for some sensitive folks since the acid cooks the tissue slightly.
Step 1 for the pickle. Mix 1/4 cup vinegar, 1/4 cup water, 1 teaspoon honey, and a pinch of salt in a small jar. Step 2. Add 2 tablespoons of rinsed nasturtium petals. Press gently so they're submerged. Close the jar and let sit at room temperature for at least 10 minutes, longer if you like a stronger pickle. For the salad, toss your greens, herbs, olive oil, lemon juice, salt and pepper, then gently fold in the leaves and flowers so they don't bruise. Top with a spoonful of the pickled petals and a drizzle of the pickle brine for brightness.
Nutrition-wise, this salad is a small digestive stimulant. The acidity helps appetite and may support digestion after a heavier meal. For people on blood-thinning medications, nasturtium at culinary doses is usually fine, but large, concentrated extracts are a different matter. So stick to the kitchen quantities we just said, and as always, check with your clinician if you have medication concerns.
On allergies here, if someone has a mustard family allergy, be cautious because nasturtium can cross-react with similar plant proteins. That's another reason the patch test and small first tastes matter. If you notice mouth itch or swelling, stop and document what you ate and when.
Great. Now, segment 5, the 7-day Petal microtrial. This is how you test safely and track effects. Rule 1, change one thing at a time. Try a single petal-forward dish per day. Rule 2, record 3 daily metrics: taste, enjoyment, digestion, any bloating or changes, and any skin or respiratory symptoms. Keep it simple, a one-line note each evening. If you notice troublesome signs, oral itch, lip swelling, wheeze, stop immediately and consult your clinician. Fiona, how would you suggest documenting results for a clinician?
Write the date, the exact flour and source, the preparation method, raw, cooked, pickled, the quantity, and your 3 observations. If you have any reaction, note timing relative to tasting. That sheet is exactly what we'll provide as a printable in the show notes, so you can bring structured data to your clinician if needed.
A few storage and cleaning tips before we close. Rinse petals gently in cool water and dry on a paper towel. Don't soak them, they bruise easily. Remove pollen-heavy stamens if a recipe advises. Pollen can carry risk for pollen-sensitive people. For vendor signals, ask sellers if flowers are grown for culinary use. Look for no pesticides or untreated claims. And when in doubt, choose certified culinary suppliers or homegrown flowers you can verify. And I'll add 2 quick red flags. 1, florist rush bouquets that are dyed or treated. Avoid. 2, any bitter or unfamiliar plant you can't identify, don't taste. If you're ever unsure, take a photo and send it to a knowledgeable source before tasting.
Before we end, small sensory moment. If you made the porridge, cradle the mug. Breathe in steam. Notice the warm sweetness and the flower's gentle scent. If you made the salad, look at the bright petals. Notice color and the way they change the plate. This is how food becomes ritual. Listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference.
Resources we promised: the printable patch test log, a petal sourcing cheat sheet with vendor questions and pesticide red flags, and the full written recipes with batch math for scaling. You'll find all of that in the show notes. Try one demo this week and keep notes for the 7-day microtrial.
Thank you, Dr. Maya and Dr. Aaron. This felt like a lovely, careful map to start playing with petals without fear. Listeners, we want to see your plates. Tag @EarthyRemedy with a photo or send a 15 to 60 second voice note. Tell us which petals you tried and how the microtrial went. We'll read a few in a future episode.
I loved sharing this. Remember, flowers are a culinary joy when treated with respect. Taste slowly, source carefully, and enjoy the small experiments. And if you try a new flower and have concerns, document it and reach out to your clinician. Safety and curiosity can go hand in hand.
That's our episode. Take one small step this week. Try a petal. Do the patch test. And tell us what you notice. Nature has a way of making small things feel special. This is Samnang. You've got this.
I'm Fiona. If you enjoyed this, subscribe for more recipe-forward, evidence-aware guides. We'll share the printable resources in the show notes. The science and the senses. Both matter. Until next time, take care.
Signature cue. Listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference.